through.
Yes.
Even the guys are screaming. That's great. That's a real star. You know, last time you were here, you told us that Terminator 2 would be the biggest movie of this summer.
What did I tell you? Trust me. Right?
And you know what's interesting? Oh, if you want to comment on that, you can.
No, it's your show.
Oh. No, I read something in the LA Times that I find very interesting. Not only is it killing the other movies, but one of the writers wrote that people sometimes won't go to other affairs like concerts. They mentioned like David Lee Roth. People go to the Terminator, and it's messing with box office for concerts and plays and stuff.
I hope so.
Did you read that article?
I didn't read that article, but I mean, one thing I know is I think that in order to make the kind of money that Terminator is making right now, and as you know, it went past $160 million this past weekend. In order to make this kind of money, I think people go twice, 3 and 4 times to see the movie. That's the only way you get to that kind of a number. So I'm extremely happy that people like the film so much, and we're extremely pleased that the women like the film so much because, yeah, exactly. Because, no, but it's true. Yeah, I mean, she is.
Ooh, yes, honey. Ooh.
Exactly. Look at this. Look
Arnold
at
on the
this.
motorcycle. Ooh.
Sexy devil over there. But you know, usually in those action movies, you have maybe 25 to 30% of women be interested in action films. In this case, it was really a 50-50 situation, 50% men, 50% women. And that's really also a big plus for a film like this. So I think that the credit goes really to Jim Cameron, who directed the film. He's a really genius director, and so I think that, you know, he did it, really.
Yeah. I mentioned motorcycle. Do you ride a motorcycle in real life? Because you look like you know what you're doing.
Well, I was happy I do, because in Terminator I had to ride the motorcycle many times and do all the different stunts and shoot while I was driving it and all that. So it was good that I ride my motorcycle also in private life. I have a Harley Davidson.
Yeah, what color is it?
Purple.
Is that true? Because I know that's your favorite color.
That's my favorite color, yes. I love a purple motorcycle. And I ride it every Sunday. I have a good time with that.
And what is this thing I've been reading about, this vehicle, the Humvee?
The Hummer.
A Hummer?
Well, the military calls it the Humvee, but we call it the Hummer. And so I got the first one, which...
what is this thing?
It's a military vehicle that they use. It replaced the Jeep in 1983, basically. It's an upgraded Jeep. And it's a very durable vehicle. It's the best four-wheel drive in the world. But it only is available for the military. So I called them one day and I said, listen, I would like to have one of those vehicles. And they said, you can't have it. So I said, well, why not? He says, we don't sell it to civilians. So I said, well, listen, I think it's about time to just start selling it to civilians because it's the best vehicle in the market. And so they said, okay, why don't you try one out? You let us know what you think of it, and we maybe start selling it commercially. So by next year, they will start selling it commercially because it's really a fantastic car and a lot of fun. It's huge, it's wide, it looks hideous. Yeah. I mean, it's just outrageous, but it fits in, you know, with me.
Yeah. And you keep it at home in the garage?
No, I don't put it in the garage. It wouldn't fit in the garage. No, it's an extra foot wider than a normal car, and it just stays outside. It's fine out there. But I drive it around like a regular car on the street, and everyone stops, you know, and says, where did you get this vehicle? How many horsepower does it have? How many cylinders? What engine is in there, you know? Yeah. So they want to know about it.
Speaking of the garage, remember I did a joke once? Maybe I should...
Many jokes. You pulled many tricks on me, okay?
Yeah. And this was a time when you weren't on the show. It was in the monologue, and I don't know if you even heard about this, but I'd read an article that something to the effect of you said that Maria, your wife, was a high-maintenance woman. And I talked about Maria coming home after reading that and making you sleep with the Humvee out in the driveway. But I didn't use the Humvee. Did that really happen? Did you call her high-maintenance? And how close was I in the joke? Did she put you out that night?
Well, first of all, you have to understand that not everything you read is true.
Ah!
Okay, so that's number one.
Is that what you told her?
You hear this, Maria? I never said that. Trust me. No, as a matter of fact, I read that also, that I said that my mother is low maintenance.
Yeah.
Because she lives 15,000 miles away. Of course she's low maintenance, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But then Maria's high maintenance. No, she's the greatest wife anyone can dream of. Did you hear this, Maria? Anyway. And now, of course, we have this little baby with our second child, which is just fantastic, you know? Although you don't get much sleep at night, you know? So if I fall asleep here... No, I won't do it on your show, but I mean, in the office, I doze off sometimes.
Yeah, we don't want to talk too much about your personal life, because every time I see her at a game, she says, don't get him talking about our personal life. She hates that.
No, she always gives me those instructions before I come on the show. The day, just before I walked out, she says, don't get too much into the personal life. And number 2, don't talk about sex. You know? She always thinks I get carried away when I talk about sex, which I do. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
No, we're going to take a commercial because she's my friend. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Will there be a Terminator 3?
Terminator 3. Well, we have thought about it, you know, and maybe. Who knows? If you do one, I think I can see already the title. The Sperminator. I come again. How about that? Sounds good to me. Oh, so you like it? Good. Good.
I like it.
Okay, we do it. We got a deal.
You just shocked me. You always shock me.
Yeah, sure. You're the one that shocks me on every show we do here with me.
That's happened.
I
That's
tell
happened. We always have fun.
But it's nice to have you on my show. It's.
You know, we got to talk about an important issue before you leave. And I've seen you on a couple things discussing it. Special Olympics.
That's right.
Yeah. You actually brought a clip from a program that's going to air, but tell us all about the Special Olympics first.
Well, I've been involved with Special Olympics since 1977. I became the national weight training coach, the strength coach to the Special Olympians. And I've been going around the country training Special Olympians, having a great time, basically. It's a wonderful program for the retarded people. And it is a big organization now that is worldwide. And every 4 years, they have what they call the International Special Olympic Games. And this year is the biggest ever. They have over 100 countries participate in those games, and there were over 6,000 athletes there participating, and they had this enormous opening ceremony. I mean, just staggering with celebrities, so many celebrities and Special Olympians and sponsors and everything. It's just it was a very exciting event, and I brought a clip, a 1-minute clip where I took little pieces from different segments of the whole show, just to show to them what they're going to see on Thursday on ABC. From 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night is the show. We have a special on a Special Olympic event that was in Minneapolis, which was a huge, huge event. And so that's basically what you will see.
Okay, now, what people will be in this clip?
Well, you will see Randy Travis, you will see Warren Beatty, you will see the Prince was doing a great performance there. Bon Jovi. I mean, there was endless amount of stars that were there performing live, and also what is the interesting part about it is that they are all really in reality working with Special Olympians and helping them and encouraging them. They were there throughout the whole games and really, you know, being like the brother to them and the coach to them and so on. And so it was really a wonderful event, very emotional, because you see those kids running out there and jumping and swimming, kids that have real handicaps, and they fight through those handicaps with pure will. And then you look at the regular Olympics and you compare it with the Special Olympic Games, you really have to say that those are the true athletes, those are the true heroes, because what they can accomplish, you know, it's fantastic.
That's a good point. Okay, here is a little clip that Arnold brought along, and by the way, I should mention that date. It's ABC, 8 o'clock, Thursday, August 15th.
This Thursday, that's right.
Okay, let's look at the clip.
we open the largest sport event in the world.
Come on, put your hands together. Suck it up. This band is gonna play my tune. Suck it up. I wanna taste so. Suck it up. Nobody's gonna stop my sound. Suck it up. You know how lovely one can be. Suck it up. This band is tapping on my skin. Suck it up and keep me spinning on. Suck it up. Nobody's gonna let you down. Suck it up. You know how lovely one can be. Wait it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you think the excitement is what you have seen before, just wait till now. The final delegation of the Special Olympics parade entering the Metrodome, the wonderful host of these summer games. Here's Minnesota.
Yes, I thought about that. 30 some years ago.
Oh, yeah. I think that's an interesting fact that we should tell them about. Maria's mom.
Yeah, Maria's mother and father started Special Olympics more than 30 years ago. At the time where everyone said, forget it won't happen, you shouldn't do it, leave those kids locked up in hospitals or in homes, they would never be able to adapt to a normal life and so on. And Maria's mother said, the hell with it, I'm gonna do it. And she did it, you know, and it's just fantastic.
I'll ask Kirsty about it tomorrow night so we can spread the word to people who aren't watching tonight because they don't
That's
like
right.
you. And, you know, but there's some other names. I've talked to people like BB and CC Winans.
That's right, yes.
As a matter of fact, I had
Don Johnson, Warren Beatty. I mean, there's an endless
I knew I'd
amount
use
of-
one of these one day. Randy Travis,
That's
Whoopi
right.
Goldberg.
That's right. I mean, there's endless list of
Fred
celebrities.
Savage?
there. Yes, you got it.
Chris Burke. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Actually, Chris Burke is an athlete in the Special Olympics. Did he compete,
That's
actually?
right. He used to compete in the Special Olympics Games. Now, of course, he gets a lot of exposure through television. He does his own show and so on. But it's very heroic characters that you will find in the Special Olympics, and it's very touching. I went to Greece, which is part of the special. I went to Greece to light the torch for the Special Olympics, you know, and they ran then with the torch, with that light, all the way and put it on a ship and came over to the United States and ran from New York all the way to the Special Olympic Games where it was opened. And it was fantastic to see those things. And all that will be part of this special that you will see this Thursday at 8 o'clock from 8 to 10 when you see the biggest TV show of the summer.
Yes. Take Six.
Take 6.
Wonderful
Fabulous,
group.
yes.
Yeah. Debbie Gibson. Patty Austin. A lot of
Oh,
people.
yeah,
See, you
just
forgot
on
some of
and
these
on
big
and
names.
Well, I wanted you to have some dialogue too.
Oh.
You know?
You're a hell of a guy, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for popping by
Thank you very
again.
much.
T2, Arnold Schwarzenegger.